First things first, happy Father's Day to every single one of you fathers out there on the grind, absolutely doing your best to take care of your families and all the loved ones around you. This video is dedicated to you. I wanted to make sure I got a video out on Father's Day. I went up to the thrift stores and I went off. All of these are absolute bangers in this video. So many exciting things to feature for you in hopes to inspire you and motivate you, make you a more informed reseller. The Father's Day edition, we're going up to the thrift stores. Let's get moving. All right, let's check a fresh cart that just rolled out. I'm gonna grab these Air Maxes. These are Nike Air Max Plus. They are, I forget what size they are. I think maybe a women's size 9. I don't know if it's women's. Women's or men's. Size 9. Timing couldn't be any better because we've got 4th of July coming up, so they've got like a red, white, and blue pattern. CJ something or other. I didn't see the style code on there, so I can't remember. They might be men's, but they were really clean. White shoes. You always have to watch. You have to be careful, but these are in great shape. The sole's also in great shape. That is $90 on those. They will have to go to or go through eBay's authentication service. No problem. They're absolutely real. And what a great find to start the video off. So I'm going to take those, check the rest of these racks that have come out. Some of this footage is like mixed. It's like maybe 1 or 2 trips to the store that day, in and out. I've been moving around a lot lately trying to up my inventory numbers. So great find there. Those will definitely sell for $90. I don't normally check the jeans in this area, but man, am I glad I did because I found these. Now, if you just, the style in this diesel jean is called Zathan. So if you just search diesel Zathan in your eBay app, it gives you like just a little over 300 results. So it seems like there's a lot of them, right? Sort by sold, you get 450 or something as of the time of this recording. So this is really one of the best styles / brands of jeans you could find. They were a size 30-32. I got them listed and I sold them really quickly. In fact, I haven't even shipped them out yet. So I listed them for 100. They sold for 70. There are plenty that sell in that price range. So extremely lucky because I never check the jeans in this location. Usually I'm just checking the racks anyway, so there's no need for me to, in most cases, go to the jeans. So they're going to cost me $9, but to get 70, especially with how fast they sold all day long, another great find. And then we're going to move on here. Now, when I see a brand like this, like Paperang F1S, like I'm immediately getting like cheap import vibes. I'm not really 100% sure that this is something I want to mess with. They have it priced at $15. It's a USB thermal printer. Got it home, tested it, it works fine, and the sold comps are great. So there's one that's brand new that's listed for 75. I think I'm going to list mine for 70, but it works, and there were enough consistent sold comparables for me to pull the trigger on this, where normally I wouldn't even look at this because again, it looks kind of generic, right? And I've sold thermal printers before in like maybe better brand names, and so I was a little bit hesitant, but I'm going to grab that. Also going to grab this. This was on the bottom shelf of the holiday section in this store. So it's Christopher Radko. It's a happy birthday cookie jar. It stands, I forget how tall, 14, 16 inches. It's got a few chips, very, very minor on those orange slices, but this is super rare. The last one that sold, and I don't remember how far away or how long ago that it was, but it sold for $150. You wind it up, it works perfect. I don't think those flaws are a big deal. I am also going to list mine at $150. Now check this thing out. I think what I've got here is sort of a piece of baseball history. So this is a framed Rockford Peaches print that is signed by 7 of the women that played baseball in this era. You can see the price. It's going to cost me $12. Now this does not come with a certificate of authenticity, right? It's just the framed print. And giving it the eye test, it looks like it's real. It looks valid. There's nothing about it that like screams that this is something that was like photocopied or anything. So assuming that it's real and we're good to go, I saw one sell at auction for $450. that had 20 signatures, another one sold for 400 that had 7. This one also has 7. But I'm thinking because of its rarity, and again, assuming it's like totally real and legit, I think I'm going to price that at $500. Can you believe that find? What an amazing find. In fact, when I went to Google, I saw one sell at auction, and that one may have had like maybe more than 7 signatures as well. That sold for $750. I couldn't believe it when I saw that. So super lucky on that one. Let's go with $500 because I don't know any better. That price could change. I could lower it. I could ask more. It just depends. But as it stands right now, it's pretty exciting. So I can't believe my luck there. We're doing pretty good so far in this store. If you remember my last video, I found a Vitantonio, what was it? It wasn't a crate maker. It was called the 5 of Hearts. This one is even better. So back-to-back days, right? This is a Vitantonio tortilla chef, right? Just a little tortilla press, and I think the price on this is $10. Surprisingly enough, the comparables are even better than the one I found in my last video. So only 3 of these listed, 12 have sold in the last 90 days. I see a lot of them selling over $60, and I think that's where I'm going to price mine at. $60 for that. That's definitely a Bolo brand. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Keep your eye out for Vitantonio. Not every single style of press that they make is worth a ton of money, but I've gotten really lucky. That last one I found at the bins, this one here I found on the shelf here at a Goodwill. So we're doing really, really well here. I'm checking the rest of these things because some of them look familiar. There's some other presses that look good. And actually, I'm passing up on this one here. The brand is Pol Schmidt. It's a bread maker. They only want $13 for it. I feel like that's maybe $60 or $70 if you're willing to take it home and test it. I'm good right now on testing electronics, especially bread makers. I have enough, and so I'm going to leave that behind simply because I'm being lazy. That might not be the smartest business decision, but whatever, who cares? I'm leaving it. Someone else can grab it, and I'm moving on. Next thing I'm going to grab here is in the electronics section. This is a very hard to find Yamaha remote. I think it's RAV160. If you look at it, you can open it up and it's obviously multifunctional, but I got it home, tested it, it worked excellent, and surprisingly enough, these things sell between $50 and $100 very regularly. I'm going to crack the battery case open. Look at how clean it is on the inside. So got it home, tested it with some good batteries, functions properly, and this sold within 5 hours. I had it listed for $100 and I sold it for $85. Can you believe that? $85 on just that one remote. Hasn't shipped out yet because it sold so fast, so got to get it moving here. This was being recorded on Father's Day, so I'll get this out probably Tuesday, since I think UPS might be closed on the 19th for Juneteenth. But another amazing find. Holy smokes, couldn't believe it. That thing looked interesting. It looked maybe retro, vintage, but passed up on that. Looked it up after the fact, and I also look for sewing machine foot pedals often. There's one right here that I'm going to grab. When I looked this one up, it just had too many listings and really not enough solds. I mean, maybe I could have sold it for $5, $6. I try my very best to avoid that price point. So I'm going to leave that behind, even though I'm fumbling with it right here, because it's just a force of habit for me to check foot pedals, especially if they're loose. Those things are very, very useful. So I would make it a habit if I were you also to do the same. That one just wasn't worth anything. So we're moving on here. Kulabura Ugg boots. These were not in terrible condition. I left them behind because my experience with Uggs not that great. So I'm almost certain somebody is going to grab those at some point. But right next to them here, I find a pair of Fry boots. Excellent score here. These are Anna Shorty boots. They got the pull-on tabs at the top here. And they are a woman size 9 in great condition. And I just loved the like almost like marbleized style of the top of these boots. I got them photographed and I have them listed for $80. I saw a size 8B sell for $80, and these are a 9B. So I'm going to list those for $80. They're only going to cost me like $5.30, I think, in this spot. So I always just round up to 5.5 when I'm doing my totals at the end. Sweet find there. And it would be really easy to gloss over most of these boots because we're in summer season. But if you think about it, 3 months out, we're in the middle of June. that puts us at July, August, September. That's when people start buying boots. And so if you are thinking about selling through your inventory in a 90-day period, right now is when you should be looking a lot closer at some of the fall stuff here. So I'm going to glaze over boots and things like that a little less now that we are starting to push into July, because I'm thinking 90 days out. So that's where we're at with those Fry boots. Great score here. And sometimes when you're shopping, it's just dumb luck, right? So when I saw this like mini LP and I saw Dog Blood, I thought it was heavy metal, right? So I was like, oh, this is awesome. It's actually techno, it's EDM, and it's a collaboration between two DJs. It's an older one, so I don't know if they're doing music now. You can see 2012 on that one. But Skrillex was one of the members of this band, if you will. And he's a very well-known electronic music maker. So just sitting there, I grabbed it, ran the comps. It looks like this sells in between $30 and $35 brand new. I'll probably list mine at $25. I don't remember what the records cost in this location. $1. But I want you to try this if you're not feeling motivated. Go make yourself a cup of coffee, chug that thing as fast as you can, and then put Dog Blood next order on, and I guarantee you're going to knock out 55 listings. It'll be the fastest you've ever done it. Just some advice from your boy. All right, moving on. Some additional fresh carts here. I thought this thing was broken when I picked it up there because we got like Goofy hanging off the end here, but it's not. So they have $20 on this clock. It's like an animated wall clock. Got Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck on it. I haven't tested this one yet, but that little piece, it's not broken. It just hangs and swings like a clock would when you fasten it into the bottom. So I was like, in the beginning, what am I dealing with here? Once I figured it all out and then ran comps, it looks like this sells brand new in like the $200 to $300 range, and then pre-owned possibly like $75, $85. I don't know where I want to list it. I don't know if I want to list it at $100. I will probably, most likely, you can see me playing with it right there, list it for $80, which, $20 you're paying up, but I'm okay paying up. I don't mind it. And honestly, guys and girls, $20 to make 80, like that's looking at it like 2 to make 8. I don't think that that's terrible. So I'm going to roll with that, assuming, of course, that it is functioning properly. Pop some batteries in there because it plays a song and it also has to keep the time. So we'll figure all that out here in a minute. But $80 on that. I could change my mind, but just for the sake of totaling everything up and being conservative at the end, let's just call it 80. Check the rest of these carts coming out here. It's a Bambi lithograph that was kind of cool. I thought this thing was going to be worth $100. I think it's worth $5. So we're going to leave it. And it's cute though. I've sold some like Swarovski Bambi prints in the past, so I just checked that as another force of habit there. Bolo alert right here for this little Toys R Us anglerfish. The little guy, I thought it lit up. It actually glows in the dark, but the jaw moves and then the top of it moves. Can't see the year. It's 2014. Anyway, Toys R Us anglerfish. These are $20 to $25 all day long. And obviously they're not going to be easy to find, but you might be rummaging through a garage sale and see this in like a little pile like I'm looking through right here, but consistent seller. And I'm going to list it for $25. There was no price tag on it, and so I got lucky, and they charged me 99 cents for it. So it's a great return on a dollar spend here. I didn't bother looking this guy up. He looked a little bit older, and I didn't bother looking this guy up either. So, yeah, there could be some money here, and I just passed them up. I'm going to be satisfied with our little angler fish guy because that will be very easy to list and very easy to ship. Last thing here, this is a huge mug. I don't remember. Hey, Brendan, flip the bottom of the mug over so that I can see what I'm working with here. No, there you go. American Legacy Products snake mug. This thing is huge, but it is functional. So I'm really checking to make sure there's no chips around it because this looks like it can be sold brand new, and it's going to cost me $4. I saw a recent comp for $100. Guess what I'm going to list it for? $100. You got it. And that concludes our broadcast day. I spent $92 for all those items. My total listed value for everything comes to $1,340. Amazing. And as always, I am thankful for you for coming along for the ride. Brendan here, Dad Planet, the One Man Show. Christmas in July starts July 1st. I'm going to have my oldest help me put the lights on the tree, and then we will start putting gifts underneath as a thank you to all of my subscribers. Make sure you're subscribed for that, and we'll see you in the next video.